This video is the walkthrough of basic pen testing from TryHackMe. So let's begin. So I just started the mission. The first step is to start the mission. So I just deployed the mission and connect to the network. I just started it on the attack box. You can start on attack box, or you can also connect using the OpenVPN configuration file. So here I just started on attack mission. So attack box. So find the services exposed by the mission is the first question, right? It's the second question. Anyways, let's go to the hint. Use an nmap scan to look for the open ports. This is what our second question is. So I'm just copying the IP address and opening the terminal to get scans faster. I'm using attack box. You can also use any other. So yeah, the first scan is about nmap. You can use nmap scan -p -4 scanning all the ports, and -s capital V for scanning for the service version. So I'm not able to copy the content, so I'm just using the clipboard, and that's it. And as you can see, the scan was started. So basically, this is basic. This is a nmap scan to scan for the all open ports, and it will scan for the service version, and this is our target IP address. So yeah, it comes faster. If you use attack box, then the scan results will come faster as compared to the OpenVPN connection. So anyways, the first question is to enumerate, find the services exposed by the mission. So here we just find the services exposed by the mission. So here we can see our services, as you can see, services like SSH, HTTP, those are the services exposed, right? So these are the services exposed by the mission. So we just found that. So next question is, what is the name of the hidden directory on the web server? Enter name without slash. So yeah, we just need to find the hidden directory on the web server. We can check the hint. It is saying us to use dir search or dir buster to find the hidden directories. So here I am not using those kind of things. So I am using a dir directory enumeration tool. So I'm just copying the IP address and pasting it here, like dir and IP address. And it's not, so you just need to provide the URL instead of IP address. So yeah, you can put HTTP : / and that's it. It is working. So we can see the development. So yeah, the question is what is the name of the hidden directory on the web server? So it may be development. So this is only what we get. So yeah, we can just open the browser inside the attack box. Sometimes attack box is slow. So anyways, I'm just opening the browser inside the attack box, and I'm just pasting the IP address / development to confirm the hidden directory. And it's it. So we were able to find the hidden directory development. So we just need to put the hidden directory development here without flash. And that's it. So user brute forcing to find the username and password. So you just need to brute force to find the username and password. Here we just found two text files like dev.txt and j.txt. Here in the dev.txt it is saying that SMB has been configured and k -k, and I got Apache setup will put up in our content ladder -j. So yeah, those are the conversations that you just need to read it by yourself to understand if there is anywhere some kind of thing. So here we got the version related information. So yeah, I'm just moving to the j.txt. In the j.txt, I've been auditing the contents of etc shadow to make sure we don't have any weak credentials, and I was able to crack your hash easily, really easily. You know our password policy, so please follow it. Change your password as absolute. For J, so K set, K may be any kind of main user, like a cybersecurity user or some kind of users. So the K, send this message for J. I don't know the full form of J and full form of K as of now. So yeah, that we are gonna find it later. So yeah, we can just open the terminal, and in the terminal in the nmap scan we found that SSH is here, and HTTP is here, and NetBIOS, SSN, and an HTTP is also running on 8080. So yeah, we can just access the 8080 if you want. So yeah, I'm just entering the IP and access the 8080. So yeah, it's about Apache Tomcat. So yeah, so we can just move to the terminal again. And we know that if you want to log in using SSH, then we need to find the username, or at least for cracking, right? So yeah, by looking here, user brute forcing to find the username and password is what it is saying. So we know that here we can see NetBIOS SSN, NetBIOS SSN 139 port and 445 port means there is a Samba server, right? So we can just enumerate Samba. So there are multiple ways. So we can use SMB client here and -L to list the shares and IP address. And I was able to find an anonymous share inside the SMB. So yeah, I'm just using the command SMB client //IP/ the share name anonymous, and yeah, we were able to access anonymous share. In that anonymous share we can see a staff.txt. So let me try to get the staff.txt. I think there is no cat command, so let us try using less command. So yeah, we don't find, so we can just download it staff.txt using the get command. I just downloaded the staff.txt onto my machine. So here I'm just moving to the home folder. So we can see the staff.txt is here. So in the staff.txt we got a username which is K, right? Announcement to staff. Please do not upload non-work related items to this share. I know it's all in fun, but this is how mistakes happen. This means you too, Jan. So Jan is someone has weak credentials, and this message was sent by K. K may be any kind of expert or cybersecurity expert. So Jan is a user that these particular users have weak credentials. So yeah, that's what we found from those texts. So yeah, we got two username, which is Jan and K. K may be the biggest man and the expert. So Jan may be the weakest man that we can target. So yeah, so user brute forcing to find username and password. So we just find the username, right? So we just find two usernames, right? So I just don't find any kind of password. So yeah. Anyways, what is the username? We just found the username which is Jan, which has the weak credentials, right? So yeah, and we have to brute force Jan and to find the password of Jan. So what about using SMB to find username? So we just found that. So I'm just clicking this complete. Anyways, let's move on. Like, what about using a tool like Hydra to brute force? So we can brute force using Hydra tool to find the password of Jan. So yeah, let me close unnecessary tabs and let me close SMB share and clearing the terminal. And after that, I'm just using Hydra and -L. We know the username is Jan and -P for specifying the password. So here I'm using the rocky.txt word list, which is located in user share word list rocky.txt. So I just want to paste the IP address and say like SSH // we know that SSH is open. So when I scroll here, so as you can see, SSH is open, right? So we can brute force SSH. So yeah, we just need to paste the IP address here. So for that, I'm just using this clipboard. I'm just pasting the IP address again, and I'm just pasting it in the clipboard. Yeah. So this is the command for brute forcing SSH. So Hydra is the tool for brute forcing. So and -small letter L for specifying a single username, -capital V for specifying word list. Here we are specifying the rocky.txt word list, which is located in user share word list directory. So and we are enumerating or brute forcing the service SSH. So that's why we specify the service name SSH and :// and the IP address of our target machine. So that is the target IP which is where SS is running. So this is how you enter the command. So if you have any doubts related to any comments or anything, then you can just comment down below. Anyways, the attack was started. I think we just missed or done something wrong. So let me change the name of Jan to the J small letter and just try the brute forcing again using Hydra. As you can see, we were able to find the password of Jan, which is ARMANDO, Armando. So we can just copy this ARMANDO. So here it is asking for the passwords ARMANDO. So we just find the password. So what service do you use to access the server? So if you want to access Jan, what service did we use? So we know that the service that we cracked or hacked is SSH, right? So the answer should be SSH. Yeah, so now we got the username and we got the password. So the next step is to access using the username and password. So to access SSH service, then you need to enter SSH username and IP here. The IP is 10.10 dot and 234.23. So yeah, 234.23 and the password. So here we just need to enter yes and the password ARMANDO and boom, we were able to gain access to Jan. As you can see, we were able to gain access. When you enter who am I, you can see you are now Jan. So we were able to gain access using this password as we just again access the SSH service, right? So enumerate the mission to find any vector for privilege escalation. Privilege escalation means we just need to become root user, right? So use a privilege escalation checklist for a tool like a link enum. So you can use tools like link enum. So here I'm not gonna do that. So the simplest method is to use sudo -l to list the privileges. So and the password ARMANDO Armando. And as you can see, user Jan may not run sudo on basic tool. So when I enter ls -all, I will be able to see a hidden file which is less.hst. So yeah, I'm just add that file and permission denied. I'm not able to view that, so I'm just moving back to this directory, and in this directory I just found a k. So in the k I just found pass.back. When I enter ls-all, I can see a lot of things. So here pass.back was only read and write for the user k. So we were not able to read that. So here we do have an .ssh directory. So I'm accessing .ssh directory, and inside .ssh directory I do get the id_rsa. So yeah, we were able to get the ID RSA, which is the private key of this user. So this is the private key of the K user. So if you want to access, if you want to log in as K, then you can use this private key. So let us copy the private key completely like this. So yeah, let's just copy the private key, and I'm just opening a new terminal again. And here I'm just using a nano text editor. So nano SSH or something like that. So I'm here entering ID_RSA, and I'm just pasting what I copied from there, and Control X and Y and press enter to save that. So now I'm just entering chmod 600 ID_RSA to change the permission of ID_RSA to 600. After that, I'm using SSH-I for specifying the ID_RSA and the username, which is K, and the IP here is 10.10. We can check for the IP address 234.23, 234.23, and it is asking us to enter the passphrase for the key ID_RSA. So we just need to brute force the ID_RSA before that. So yeah, I'm just closing that. So I'm using John tool, John, and I'm specifying the word list, John -- word list. Equal to /user share word list rock.txt is the word list that I am specifying, and I'm specifying the ID_RSA. And so first we need to convert this ID RSA that is crackable to John. So for that, I'm using SSH to John tool and ID underscore RSA. It says command not found. So most of the things are not in the attack box. So we just need to use our own machine for that. So here I'm just moving to my machine. So I'm just entering ls and entering sudo open VPN and connecting this machine, and I just used OpenVPN to connect this into my machine. Yeah, I was able to connect that and I got the IP here. So here in my machine, so I'm using this to crack on my machine. So first I just want to log in using care, so SSH user Dan at the IP address. So here is our IP address. And we know the password is Armando. So I request you to try this on your ports on your machine. So don't use attack box. Some tools are not working in attack box. So I'm moving to the cache directory, inside cache directory, and I enter ls minus all to list the hidden files. I'm moving to .ssh, and inside that I'm just want to download the ID RSA. So I'm just getting ID underscore RSA, and I'm just copying the ID RSA from here in the terminal. And I'm just using a word list, and I just pasted this ID RSA and saving as ID underscore RSA. It's all capital letter. So yeah, I'm saving this as ID underscore RSA on my machine, and I'm just opening the terminal. And in the ls, I can see the ID RSA. Here is the ID RSA. So we can use the tool SSH to John and ID underscore RSA. And we were able to see a hash that is crackable for John. So we just need to put this into a file. So I'm just naming this as crack.txt, and we can see crack.txt is here. So I'm just using John and minus minus word list to specify the word list rocket.txt here. So and I'm just specifying the crack.txt to crack, and we were able to crack. The password is bstacks. So yeah, we just get the password. So now what we can do is we just need to change the permission psmod 600 ID underscore RSA. After that, we can use SSH k at IP, which is 10.10.243.23, I think. So let me check 234.23. So 234. So yeah, we just have the ID RSA, right? So we can specify the ID RSA SSH minus I ID RSA. And we just pasted the bstacks password that we get. So yeah, we were able to access K. And even the ls, you can see password back. We can just get that password back, and we were able to find a password here. So we can move to the browser, and in the TryHackMe we can see enumerate the mission and find any vector for privilege escalation. So I'm just clicking this as complete. So what is the name of the other user you found? So we just put one user, which is Jan, and the next user that we found is Claire. So yeah, if you have found any other user, what can you do with that with the information? So we can just, apart from password, how else can a user access a mission? So yeah, we can just access the machine, we just access it, right? So when you enter ls, this is the password of the user K. So I'm just copying the password. So recently we found beeswax, which is the IDRSA of the IDRSA password of the K. Okay, so this is the real password. So I'm just copying this real password and I'm just entering sudo -l. And as you can see, all means anyone can become root. So I'm entering sudo c, and now we are root. So when you enter who am I, now we are root. As you can see, root. So yeah, it is asking. So we just become the root user, which is we just perform privilege escalation. What is the final password you obtain? So this is the final password that we obtain. So this is all about this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.